Hello, welcome everyone. It is the morning after, despite the light being on. You can see daylight through there. It's actually not. I'm lying. It's 4 minutes to 1 in the afternoon. Just got my lunch doing downstairs, and I thought, oh, I can do the intro to this video. You know, the noise you can hear in the background. You can't quite see it. Is actually the dapole pannier running in. I'm giving this one an hour in each direction, rather than the usual half hour, because dapole mechanisms, I keep reading, take that little bit longer to run in. I really need to get a haircut. I'm going to do that this afternoon. Double crown, that's what causes this tuft. And it's like, I've washed my hair this morning. But you sit on the chair with this and just turn your head slightly or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, I suppose some gel would sort it, but I'm not really a gel person. So, yeah, I'll go get it cut again. You know, one of them. Anyway. So they take longer to run in, but we'll cover that in a video looking at my dapole panniers a bit more closely. So today's subject, as per the title, is the Western Rambler train set, which, as you probably gathered, I actually have now. I set this up last night. So what do you get? Well, you get your 6400, your 2 wagons and a brake van, all in Great Western livery. This is the post-war, well, sort of, it's technically wartime through to the post-war period, but this is the post-war livery because the green's returned. If this had been painted during the war, it more than likely would have gone black. Yeah, this is your final Great Western livery. That's what it was, basically. Remembering that Great Western Railway now is First Great Western still. It's still the same company. It's not anything different there. So this is the final Great Western livery. Yeah, a very attractive image. They've put a lot of effort into it. You've got a proper Great Western water column there. Stations all in company colours. It's a nice image, and it also, the countryside there in the distance gives you a real inspiration for a country branch line scene. Just the sort of thing a train would have rambled down. Now what sort of train is a rambler? Now this isn't a common term, but the sort of train I feel they're trying to make you picture is, this is a pick-up goods. These are the 2 wagons to get you started. When you think about this more and more, it really makes sense for a train set, because it's a start. It's your starter set, isn't it? You know, it starts you off. Well, a pickup goods would wander down a line, down a branch line, or along the main line even, you know, and stop at each yard, each, place as a goods shed, pick up and set down wagons, and carry on its way, and then it'd come back, right? So if you think about it in those terms, this is what it's setting out with. And then any other wagons that you buy for your collection, it's adding to, isn't it? And you might not want to run them all sometimes, so it's anyway. So if you think about it, it's almost a perfect starter set. And you could really, it'd be great to see these for the other companies of the Big Four. Now, Farish don't produce locos for all of those, unfortunately, but they produce locos, tank engines like this. They do a Ginty. They could do a Ginty version, an LMS Ginty. They could do any one of them in British Railways era, really, because there's various standard tanks in there you could use. The Southern, now technically they do one for the Southern, which is the M-Class Mogul, or the C-Class. C-Class would be even better, which would be a tender engine that would do this sort of job. So there are engines that they do that could do the jobs. But it would be absolutely cracking to see some more sets like this, because, to my mind, more so, a passenger train is a very, very good style set. It can really fire your imagination with the, the high-speed expresses. I see Fiji's actually getting more action today. To me, I think this is just a really good little concept, because it's a nice, inexpensive route. 169. You can get them online a bit cheaper, but I had this in my hand for £8 more. And as I was saying to Gary last night when I had a bit of a chat with him, really it's only £3 more, because I was looking to get this from Rails. It's not one of their ones you get free P&P on, so you're looking at about a £5 for postage. So I paid, add the £5 to the 161, it's only comes £3 that I paid, so extra. So I my grub little mitts, they tested in the shop for me. So when you open the box, trying to keep this relatively tiny, you get the usual sort of tray there. You see everything's out because I've run the engine in last night and everything. But when we go to the track, there's some things I want to point out, and we'll see the engine running. I'll sort of explain running in. What is running in? I'll see. The panniers do it in a minute, but yes, something that did make me smile were these two, and that's getting started in N scale. An N-scale DC train set instruction sheet. Wow, this makes me smile. By the way, you have to, when you saw me glance down, the instruction sheets for the pannier are in there as well, so I'll try with that. So, why does this make me smile? Well, because this is not N-scale, this is N-gauge. There's a difference, yes, there is a difference. N-scale is 1 to 160. So everything in N scale is 160 times smaller than the real one. So if you took, because this is used by the mainland continent of Europe, the United States, and North American continent, that sort of way. Basically, most of the rest of the world. Japan is the odd one out there. They use it for their standard gauge trains, so their Shinkansens are nearly all 1/160. The 3'6" gauge there, which is the majority of their railway still, they have a scale of 1 to 150 to represent that narrow gauge. And that's why it's Japanese N gauge as well, because it's so obviously I have a big collection of that, so that's where that is coming from. But yeah, British trains in that run on the same track. They all run on the same track. You find to buy and then go on a holiday to America. You can buy yourself a model locomotive, and you come back, plonk it on your track, and it will run on those rails, providing you've got the correct power. Don't get a. We'll go through DCC and non-DCC at some point as well. DC here is your direct current. This is analog, so there's no digital feature. You put more than one engine on the track, they'll both move. Basically with DCC, that's digital command control, so just it's got a C, it's nothing really to do with this. Digital command control, and basically every engine either comes with already fitted, or if it doesn't say DCC fitted or DCC sound on the box, then it's analog still, and you have to fit a chip yourself. It's another expense to buy, and you can choose to go really need a special control to do it. There are many out there. We can have a look at that if that's going to be helpful for people. But that just basically what it means is you can have all your track live. You can have power going to every rail, and no matter how many engines you put on there, you put each loco has an address, which is usually the easiest way to get to put its number in as the address, and then only that one will move basically. But you can select each engine and only move that one. So it has a lot of advantage, and obviously then the ability to control sounds and so on is and lighting, and that is also a benefit there. So it is DC. But anyway, back to the scales. UK N gauge is 1 to 148 scale. So we're different again. We're two bigger than the Japanese trains. Sorry, go the wrong way. So yes, so this is not N scale. Basically, this is interesting. I do wonder if this is a layover from back when USA or something, and they've just put the Grey and Farish logos on things in the colouring. But just thank you for buying a Grey and Farish train set, and show you how to put the track together down here. More on that later in the track, and then how to plug in the the power, that was a bit tricky, I felt. Not as friendly as the track I intend to use for my layout. But this was rather nice. I thought it was a nice presentation, nice little another inspirational scene there with some locomotives and trains around there. And then again you've got a more modern scene in the 90s, same layout with diesels, more diesels than that there. Different track pieces. You know, basically it's a big advertising thing, but then it opens up. And how cool is this? Huh? How cool is that? Get a nice big poster to put on the wall. Oh, that's really cool. So you have, oh, City of Edinburgh, most excellent. You've got 2 3MT tanks, is that? No, it's got a 3MT tank here, a standard 4 tank here, a Class 03 diesel shunter there, it's diesel mechanical that, a Class 24, I have one of those, a Class 40, and an IVIT 2MT, I have one of those too, so I've got 2 of these engines. I did have one of these way back. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't. My cousin did have one of those, but he doesn't know where it's gone. If we're playing the game of pretending that everything I've got previous is, apart from the Japanese, is but yeah. So I shall put that on the wall. I can't promise it'll be somewhere you can see. Let's just put it right in the middle there. It's sort of hanging down, but it might fall. We'll have a go. But yeah, so that was really cool. Nice bit of display thing there. So yes, that's the bit to camera. Next we'll go over to the layout. It's going to be, you'll probably notice if I do another bit to camera, Tusk should be gone because it'll be a lot later. Because I need to let this pannier run in. He's 2 hours in each direction. Yeah, but once we're done, we'll go and we'll have a look at the track first. We will run in the pannier, which I do that because I've already run it in. I'll explain what running in is there, and then we'll run the train and see what you get for your train set and how it looks initially. Okay, right. Well, take care all. And enjoy the next bit. I don't know what to take care of. I'll just ignore that bit. So here we are over at the foam board that I put the track on. So just to show, that's how they're supposed to go, with one clip touching one side of the rail, one clip touching the other side of the rail, and then these bigger bits actually go on the outside of the sleepers. Yeah, I found it easy to put those on first and then hook round. That's the only thing I want to show you. The only thing to be aware of though is it does lift the track up somewhat. I've tried to bend these up, but to no real avail. It's still causing an awful lot of issue there. Okay, so we've put the track together. Say follow instructions in the set. Fish plates basically slide into each other. That's very strange for me using this type of track, as I am more used to the Kato track, it has to be said. So, next up is rerunning our engine. So we place it on the track, making sure all the wheels are on. And why do we run in engines? Well, there's a set of gears in there, and they need to bed in. So you need half an hour in each direction with a Farish loco, that'd be fine. With a Dapol, I'm not sure at the minute. I will be honest, I know it needs extended. I've given the other one an hour in both directions, but more on that in its own video. So anyway, I've already run this in, so we'll just do it once round one way. Turning up the controller. You want to go at about sort of half speed we'll do on the controller there. Then once you've done half an hour in one direction, it's very important you don't just hit backwards, because that can jar the gears against each other and cause them to break. You put it in reverse, so bring it to a nice stop and then put it in reverse, and then you do the same again in the opposite direction. And once that's done, bring it to a stop, and then you're ready to play trains. So we move forwards. It's always easy to do things on a straight section, and then we can get our wagons out the box it came with. There we are, carefully putting them on, and then off we go. If I pop you down here, you have a shot of it going past without me being in the light. And also then you can set a speed a bit more appropriate for a branch train. Remember, pick up goods trains with unfitted wagons. Unfitted means they're not got brakes that you can control from the engine. So most steam era stuff is unfitted. In the freight department, passenger coaches are indeed, they could have got a continuous brake, but so these wagons won't. So 25 miles an hour roughly is the speed you're looking for. So just pick something that looks about close to your local heritage railway. There we are. A starter in N-gauge, UK N-gauge. What are my thoughts on it? Well, let's go back to me.